Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 iconic and evergreen makeup products and their dupes. I'm going to share everything with you guys, how they're similar, how they're different, performance and texture, so you know exactly where you're going to be putting your money, as I think it's really important to see where you're going to be investing it. However, I do feel these products are so iconic, their hype hasn't died down, they perform beautifully, that it's totally justified to invest in them. But if you want to go for the budget counterparts, it's totally okay as well. Do whatever suits your pocket, your budget and your lifestyle. However, before beginning this video, I have one little quick question for you guys. Which side do you think is more expensive and which side is more affordable? Take a quick look at my face, because one side costs way more than the other. Which one do you think it is? Now I'm going to tell you the right answer and let me know if you got it right or not. This side is more expensive while this side is more affordable. We're going to put all of these products to the test so that you guys can see how they perform in real time. So without any further ado, because this intro is already super long, let's go. I've already done my foundation, concealer, powder and brows just to save on a little bit of time so we can move on to the good stuff in life. Those are the dupes. The first one has to be a bronzy contouring product, and it definitely has to be Benefit's Hoola powder. Now Hoola is one of the most top selling bronzer contours out there. It's been iconic for so long, and rightly so. It's creamy, it's buttery, it's not chalky at all, and the color is just too perfect, especially for medium skin tones. They do have a light and a caramel version to it, so that most skin tones are, you know, included in the Hoola range. But for me, Hoola works so beautifully. The dupe that I have for it is from Wet n Wild. It is their Megaglo contouring palette contour. It has a highlight as well as a contouring shade in there, and we're going to be talking about this shade right here, which does match up a lot to Hoola. Now if you were to swatch them just like this, you would feel they're not similar because there is slight tonal difference, but you have to keep in mind you're not going to be swatching them like that on your face, right? You're going to be blending them out, and that's why I feel like swatches are not the best representation of things all the time, because you are going to be blending them out. You're not going to wear them just like that, and once you blend them out, they look so similar on the skin. You'll see in a bit. Now I'm going to be using different but similar brushes today, and some of them featured recently in my brush dupes video. So I have 2 brush dupes video. I would leave links for you guys in the bottom bar, so check them out if you want to spend a little bit less on your brushes but still get amazing quality. My right side is going to be the more high-end side and my left side is going to be the dupe side. I will still write it right here so that you guys don't have any confusion. So yeah, let's get into just applying the bronzer on our face. Now Hoola does come with its own brush, but I'm not going to be using that today. However, I love this brush. I freaking love this brush. But just to make sure that we are a little bit more consistent with how the product applies, I'm going to use this brush from Wet n Wild. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the Hoola powder because this is pigmented. I'm going to dab it on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to first stamp it on my face like that, just like that, and then I'm going to flick it up just to blend it out. I'm also going to curve it up like this, but you can see my video on contouring and bronzing just to know how I apply my contours and bronzers. So I'm just going to be blending. Look at how gorgeously that blends into the skin. It's almost effortless. I love Hoola. Also adding this to half of my forehead, not full, just half. Half of my jawline. And a little bit on one side of my nose. Moving on to Wet n Wild and a fresh brush, just to make sure there is no crossover of the product, I'm gonna pick up this powder, just dabbing it on the back of my hand again, and first just stamping it down. And then I'm just gonna blend it out again. Even this is so buttery and so velvety in texture. I love the texture of this one, and given the price that you're paying, it's actually pretty damn fine. And making sure I blend it out. The jawline and the other side of my nose. Let's move on to blush, and any blush conversation in the makeup and beauty industry is not complete until we talk about NARS Orgasm. I have duped this in the past. I love this product. It's such a beautiful blush. It's a rose gold pinky, just a dream come true blush. It's so gorgeous. I mean, it's just I broke my packaging. I freaking broke my packaging. It's not even detached. I broke it. Sadness. Let's just ignore that and talk about how gorgeous this blush is, and the dupe that we have is from Lakme. I know it's shocking, but give it a chance, okay? It's the Illuminating Shimmer Brick, and the last color in here, the last one, it just matches up completely to NARS Orgasm. It's not even funny. So again, we're going to be using 2 different brushes, one from MAC, one from PAC, on both of the sides so that we have no crossover of the product. Picking up my NARS blush, dusting off the excess, and I'm just going to apply it on the highest points of my cheeks, and then I'm going to push it back into my contour bronzer area. Look at how beautiful that color is. It just gives life back to your face. It also does do the work of a highlighter, so you don't particularly need a separate highlighter with this one, but we are going to be talking about a highlighter next up. I'm going to carefully pick up the last shade from this Shimmer Brick range. I'm going to again just dust off the excess and I'm going to apply it on my cheeks right here, and again just pushing it back into my contour. And you can see even this one has that gold reflex to it, and it just looks so beautiful and so similar to the NARS one. Coming to highlighters, I have the one who started it all. I'm talking about the TheBalm Mary-Loumanizer. It's one of the most popular highlighters out there. I think it's second only to Becca's Champagne Pop, but this is such a beautiful highlighter. This came in much before Becca's Champagne Pop, and this is the one who started the whole highlightery revolution, I would say. Of course, it's not the first highlighter, but it started the revolution is what I'm trying to say. And the dupe that we have is from Nykaa. It's the Highlighter Duo in the shade 24K Glam, and I'm talking about the golden shade right here. It has two shades in there. I'm talking about the lighter one. So let's put them side by side. I'm going to be using two different brushes, as you can see right here. So I'm going to take my Sigma Powder Sweep brush first, and I'm going to pick up Mary-Loumanizer with it. And my Mary-Loumanizer is broken, so please don't mind that. So I'm just going to pick up my highlighter with this one, and I'm just going to apply it right here on the highest point of my cheek, and I'm just going to swivel it back and into my brow bone like that. So I'm going in an S shape like this. And look at that beautiful candlelit glow that it gives. This is such a gorgeous highlighter. It's not over the top at all, and it gives you that lit from within glow. I love it. I love it. I'm also going to apply it on the tip of my nose. I'm not going to apply it on the bridge. We're going to do the bridge with our dupe product, and I'm also going to apply it on my cupid's bow. We're going to do our forehead and the bridge with the Nykaa product. I'm just applying it on my cupid's bow right here, hitting it right there. Alright, now it's time to pick up the Nykaa highlighter. I'm just picking up a little bit of that, dusting off the excess, and again just placing it right here. As you can see, even with this one, you don't get chunkiness of glitter, which is something I like. I don't like chunky highlighters at all, and the tones are so similar. Has that warm champagne glow almost. It's a warm glow, but it's not golden, you know, it's not so out there golden. It's somewhere in between. So I'm just gonna apply it on the bridge of my nose as well, just very lightly. I don't like to go overboard with the bridge of my nose highlight. And then I'm also gonna apply it, just dust it all over my forehead to give me a glow all over. Just gonna quickly set my face with the setting spray so that all of this is melted into one another. And now that we're done with our setting spray, do you see any difference on both of the sides? Because I honestly don't. I feel like they look so similar. No one can tell you that you're wearing different products on both sides of your face. So let's move on to the eyes. I have one of the most iconic products of our times. I'm talking about Stila's liquid eyeshadows. When Stila started doing them, everyone was doing liquid eyeshadows, from smaller companies to bigger companies, expensive companies. Everyone now has a liquid eyeshadow, all thanks to Stila. Now this is in the shade Smoky Storm, and it's a beautiful liquid eyeshadow. I do have a dupe with you guys with the same name, Smoky Storm, and it's from Swiss Beauty. Now I have a full review on these. You can go ahead and watch my review if you want to see swatches of other one as well. Now when you put them side by side, you do see that there's a little bit of difference in colors and tones right there, but there's a particular way that I like to use my liquid shadows, that is applying them on my eyes and just blending them out in my crease. And once you do that, they both look very similar. The only thing is that you do have to layer the Swiss Beauty one up a little bit more, because Stila's pigment and glitter is just so good. Again, the brushes I'm going to use are something I recently mentioned in my eye makeup brush dupes video. So if you've seen that, you would know what these brushes are. They're very similar to each other, and we're going to be using both of these to blend out our shadows today. So let's start with Stila so that we have our higher end side done and dusted with. I'm just going to make sure that there are no creases on my eye, and I'm going to apply a little bit of this shadow all over my eye, very sloppily. This doesn't need to be perfect because we are going to be blending it out. And then using my brush, I'm going to just ensure that this color is nicely blown out. I love to do that. And while your eyeshadow is drying, you don't want to open your eyes because it will crease if you open it before time. Okay, so I'm just blending it out to ensure that it's more diffused towards my crease and my brow bone, and more concentrated as I am going towards my lid. So I'm going to layer it up a little bit towards my lid area, and then making sure that it's nicely blended out just on the edges. So I'm just hitting my edges right here. I love to do this trick with multiple shadows. Like I just use one shadow all over my lid, and it's one of my favorite tricks, and that's why I love colors and products like these, which are just, you know, so awesome on their own. Time for Swiss Beauty now, so I'm just gonna again apply a little bit of that product all over my lid. As you can see, this is much more gray than the Stila one, but let me just blend it out and you will see what I'm talking about. So I'm just again blending it out all over my lid and extending it out as well. This is what I was telling you. You need to layer this one a bit more than you would need with Stila. So keep that in mind. If you are going to be buying the Swiss Beauty one, you will have to layer it up. Going in with the second layer and now a third layer. As you can see, even after 3 layers, this is nowhere near what Stila looks like, only because Stila has a lot more pigment and glitter in there. So keep in mind, if you are going to be going for the Swiss Beauty one, you will have to layer it on and on and on and on. But if you are on a budget and you just want something that would give your eyes a nice glittery touch, you can definitely go for the Swiss Beauty one. I'm going to quickly finish up my eyes with some mascara and lashes so we can move on to our last iconic dupe for this video. If I'm being 100% honest, I have to say I'm not the happiest with the color match of these shadows, because the more I was building up my Swiss Beauty one, the more silvery it was going rather than going goldeny like the Stila one. And that's why I think Stila's eyeshadow are such a cult favorite, because they have unique colors and undertones. For example, this one is golden, but then it has that shift of gray in there, which is just so rare and so unique. So take this particular dupe, just this particular dupe, with a pinch of salt, that if you are going to be buying this, you might not get the exact payoff as well as the exact, you know, look of the Stila eyeshadow, but you're going to get glitter in the form of a liquid and the ease of a liquid. So that's what it is about this particular dupe. The other ones are pretty bang on. To finish off today's video, I have one of the most iconic products from Benefit. I'm talking about their Benetint. Now this is such a beautiful product. It's lightweight, it gives you that color. You can also apply it on your cheeks and it just makes your cheeks look so flushing and so beautiful. But today I'm going to be using this on my lips, so I'm just going to take a little bit of it. I'm going to apply it on half side of my lips, and then I am just going to be, you know, using my finger to blend it out and get a nice rosy color. I might actually just build it up a little bit more than that, because I want a slightly more colorful lip than that. So I'm just going to layer it up twice. And the dupe that I have for you guys is from Etude House. This is their Dear Darling tint. Now this is not a formulation dupe, because this is a gel based tint, whereas the Benefit one is a watery tint. So this is like a gel consistency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a very little amount of this, okay, because this is more pigmented. So just 2 dots like that, and then I'm going to spread it out. And again, this is super long lasting and beautiful and weightless on your lips. And with that, we finished this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and you also enjoyed the dupes week as well, and it was helpful for you guys. I know that there's so many other iconic products, either I don't own them or I haven't just found the perfect dupe for them. So, you know, whenever I find them, I will share it with you guys, and that's a promise. You guys know it. I will see you guys next time. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Bye.